Welcome, welcome, welcome to the TCAD 10-Minute Take. It is I, your host, Sheree L. Stewart, and with me, as always, is my intrepid co-host, Don the Legend Chambers. And we are still on our Christmas movie roll, and today we are talking about Jingle Jangle.
No.
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 No. We already did that one.
We already did that
That
one.
one was... We are still... I'm just going to start over. Today, we are talking about Christmas Chronicles 2. But before we get started, make sure you click that subscribe button and you click that bell to get all the 10-minute takes as soon as they drop. And as always, Mr. Chambers will go first.
I shall go first.
Yep.
All right. We've got the Christmas Chronicles 2, directed by Chris Columbus, starring Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn, and from the first Christmas Chronicles, we have Darby Camp, who plays the girl Kate. Okay. Let me say this. Nothing wrong with a good Christmas movie. And especially, ones that are like PG or G rated. You know where the story's headed. You can see the beats. You know the good feel moments, the learning, teachable moments that's going to happen. Obviously, there's going to be the precocious kids or the kids that's going to learn something in there. You understand that, it's coming in there. So in this one, Kurt Russell's a great Santa. He has another cool Santa moment where he plays the sax and is in shades and just, he loves it. He's great. Goldie Hawn, perfect Mrs. Claus. I mean, hell, they're a real life couple anyway. So who better than to put Goldie Hawn as Mrs. Claus? She's wonderful. The kids are okay. I've never been a huge kid actor fan, but the kids in this movie are all right. To me, the one thing that just jumped out to me, and I had questions with the whole movie, is that Tyrese?
Yes.
I said, that is Tyrese. And I'm like, Tyrese is going out with that old woman?
Tyrese is old.
He didn't look it. He looked pretty good. So I was like, okay. I said, so they cut Tyrese in an interracial relationship. I'm like, you go, boy. But honestly, that took me out of this movie for so long because I'm like, that is Tyrese. Okay. So the daughter doesn't like the relationship of Tyrese and the mom. And at first I was feeling
but not for racial reasons. Like, I don't want to...
But see, me being petty, I'm like, really? I'm just being petty. But it's because, she's still getting over the death of her biological dad a couple of years ago. I mean, we understand that story. We get the thing with the kids, what they're going through. So she's having a hard time accepting it. She ends up in the North Pole because there's an elf who's had a falling out with Santa, steals the Christmas star, and the adventure to get it back.
She's going to tell the whole movie.
Listen, it doesn't matter. They kind of know what's going to go on. It's all about Tyrese in this movie. It was just... So, needless to say again, you know what's going to happen. You know the beats. Kurt Russell's having a freaking blast. I swear, I think he loves doing this more than anything else, playing Santa. So he, by himself, to me, keeps this movie going, keeps you watching just for him. Goldie Hawn's fine. They don't have her in a whole lot of scenes. They don't have her doing a whole lot, which I thought they could have kind of given her maybe more, or maybe she was fine just doing that much and let Kurt have all the fun. It's fine, Aside from that, it's okay. I never thought the effects were great. Like the elves don't look really real, in any shape or form. I never understood the thing with the lynx in there. I kind of felt bad for the cat. Like, what'd the cat do to somebody, But hey, it was just a little side piece to the story. If I'm going to give it a 1 to 10 score, 6.5 to 7. Look, it's after the first one, I kind of get what's going on here. I mean, Kurt's the reason he even gets that high of a score. And honestly, maybe the extra 0.5 is just for the Tyrese factor that I'm still can't get over. Honestly, this, again, if you have kids, yes, you could take them opening night as a grown adult. I'm waiting for it to stand. If it's on Netflix, sure. Knock yourself out. I mean, I think it's only, well, it's almost 2 hours. It's an hour and 52 minutes. If you got the time to kill, just watch it on Netflix, really. I don't need to get any more into it. It's a Christmas movie. You know, it is what it is. With Tyrese.
With Tyrese for like a hot second. But so if you saw the first one, you would, and then you watch this one, you can see that Netflix threw a ton of money into this second movie. It is very expensive looking. The first movie was Santa Claus Fish Out of Water in the real world. They were in real world Chicago. This second movie is the girl, the human child is in the North Pole. Both of them. And those set pieces are, there's 2 human children in the North Pole. So they're the fish out of water in this fantasy universe that is expensive looking.
In there.
There's a lot of computer animation. There's way more with the elves. Like, they're kind of treated like gremlins. There's a lot of callbacks to older. This one was directed by Chris Columbus. It felt very Chris Columbus. I don't know if you noticed there's gremlins.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the puppy. There's Christmas, there's gremlins callbacks in there. There's a callback to Home Alone in there when they're in the airport. That's clearly supposed to be kind of Kate in the airport. And the Kenosha Kickers or whatever. There's definitely some love for Christmas classic genre in this movie. It's not as watchable as Jingle Jangle, which we also watched this past week. It's one of those things. It felt very formulaic. Kurt Russell is, though, my favorite Santa. Hot Santa's here to stay, and that's fine. I'm not mad at it. You know, him and Mrs. Claus, Goldie Hawn, Mrs. Claus are top notch. It just felt like a very by the beats TV movie.
Yes.
You know, we learn a lesson in the end.
What would you rate it as?
I would say, honestly, this was definitely, it belongs on Netflix. I wouldn't see this in the theater. I wouldn't even necessarily pay for a matinee. I would wait for it to come out in Redbox or Netflix, where it is, where it should be. It fits the small screen format. It's one of those things that, you're padding out your Christmas movie marathon, and Christmas Chronicles can start it and Christmas Chronicles 2 can end it. But you probably have some better movies in between. But with that said, Kurt Russell is my favorite movie Santa so far. He's far and away my most enjoyable Santa experience. Although I don't know, so I'm not going to say for sure, but in the beginning, when they're talking about when she's reading them the story, he's talking about when he's in Turkey. Is he in blackface?
No.
Are you sure?
I didn't see that, no.
He didn't have some bronzer on?
It didn't look like that to me.
I got to go back and see, because I could have sworn when he's in Turkey and he's being, Saint Nicholas that's putting the gifts and stuff, I could have sworn he was bronzed up. And I was like, wait a minute. Maybe that's the lighting. Maybe it's the trick of the light.
I thought it was purely the way they shot it. It didn't look like a bronzer type thing to me. I'll take another look, though.
I would take a second pass on that, because I was like, I just forgot about it until just now. So I was like, wait a minute. And then he went to the North Pole and turned white. Like, what?
Well, that's what happens without the suck. But you guys at home, make sure you also double check and subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell to be notified every time we put another one of these 10-minute take video up here on our YouTube channel. Don't forget, we also have a website, tcadnetwork.com, where it has links to all of our 10-minute takes. It has links to Good Morning Antioch, the reading, as well as our TCAD podcast, which is hosted on a myriad of podcast websites. Ooh, these Christmas movies, they keep a coming. And see, and the timing was even perfect. So
we kept that one tight.
Boy, we did. We'll see if there's any other Christmas movies that come out, maybe just before Christmas. We will check it out and see what happens.
Yeah.
So till that one, see ya.